Only 2 weeks remain until the World Finals. The BeamNG Monster Jam East Division heads to the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida for their second to last event before the World Finals. Who will step up and try and win this one to secure a spot into the World Finals? BeamNG Monster Jam from Tampa is next.
It's about that time, so put it up, let's get it on. Made it this far, time to show the world is number one. Number one, pull it up to the line, let's do it. Let's do it. Anything in my way, I'm running through it. I watch the lights and my hands are sweaty. I hear the people screaming, so you better get ready. Yeah, cause when it drops, I'ma take the shot, rock the spot, make it hot. Cause it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. Cause it's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that time. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that time. It's been a long time.
Only 2 weeks remain for these BeamNG Monster Jam Series drivers to make their way into the top 9 in points to fight for the World Finals. We're here in the East Division at the Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. I'm Joe Rakowski, alongside me, Trey Bardo. And Trey, we're here in the Super Bowl winning Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium. So do you think anyone here could possibly try and lock their way into the World Finals 1 week early and possibly have some similar feat like we saw for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I think you can definitely, there's always a chance, Joe. You never know. But with us coming so close to the World Finals, you can definitely feel the energy starting to ramp up here with the fans, especially with the drivers, and even with us up here in the booth, even though we're just watching them. But it's going to be an exciting few weeks until we get there, and I can't wait to see what all comes out of it.
Yeah, you know those drivers that are near the cut line or below it, their intensity level very, very high entering these final 2 events before we get to the last chance event and then the World Finals, because they know the easiest way to get in is to be the top 9 in points. You don't have to worry about that event out in Atlanta at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, so that's going to be an amazing event to watch. We'll see if anyone can try and lock their way in early for 24 points above leaving. You are locked in, but now let's go take a look at the 15 truck field for freestyling here in Tampa. Starting us off, Oil Crusader and Dirty Boy, then in Stone Crusher, it's Cody Ayers, and in Black Stallion, we have Jonathan Buford.
Iron Outlaw, it's Bronson Minnick. Scarlet Bandit has Roberto Crown Jr., and Predator, it's Zack Delo.
Then there's Gravedigger and Justin Zaidel, Overboard Will Graymont, and in Hooked, it's Alexander Rowe.
In Northern Nightmare, it's Keegan Thompson. Tor Loco has Jay Ranado, and driving Overkill Evolution is Tony Silver.
And then the final 3, Monster Energy Marshall Burrow, Bounty Hunter Jordan Stout, and Max D Matthew Burnett. A stacked lineup once again in the East Division, ready to get going here in Tampa, Florida. And first out, Oil Crusader, Dirty Boyd. Trey, I think last event in Atlanta he survived 12 seconds, so he's hoping to go a little bit longer here in Tampa.
Yeah, you would definitely have to say that one. It's not how he wanted to turn out. I mean, if it would have went longer in the last event, that would have been a really cool move he pulled off, though. But, maybe he'll try it again.
Yeah, maybe he'll try it again, but maybe a little bit later in the run. Maybe he'll try and kind of ride this one out for a little bit. He had some nice air the first 2 hits. Nice air off the back of the jammer right there. He's already 20 seconds in, so he's survived longer than he did last week, having to turn around and get slow before he gets to the wall, and now trying to find his next move to the pothole going, kind of going at a little bit of an angle, and some nice air, and clears it with ease.
Now, do you think, with the run he had last week, do you think he's just trying to fool out the clock, or do you think he's going to go hard still and try to get the win here? Like, is he going to try to reset himself for this week in the upcoming ones, or is he still going to go as far out as he can?
What I just saw right there, he was going pretty hard, but he had a hard landing on the rear. I have to wonder if something's broken on the truck with how he landed, sway bar or something, because see right there, it's kind of picking up on the front end.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like a late model there on the dirt tracks, how they go 3 wheels there. I don't think that's what you want on a monster truck, but we'll have to see if he's going to be able to get around it here with about 20 seconds remaining in his run. It looks like he's lining up for the backflip.
First truck out, first backflip, hood comes off, but Dirty Boy completes the backflip nicely there, backs up to try and get away from him. Now it's about 15 seconds remaining as he'll floor it for the next obstacle, get some huge air, a huge sky wheelie. A hard landing on the left side, but keeps it on going. Final 5 seconds for Oil Crusader and Dirty Boy. The clock will run out at 0. Can't get one final move in, but he's going to do it anyway. And hard on the roof for the Oil Crusader, flipping wildly. Will it come back onto all 4s? It will not. Dirty Boyd ends on his lid, so definitely a really good recovery from his run out in Atlanta, Georgia last week, and had some really cool moves in this one, and should set the bar decently high to kick us off.
Yeah, it does. You can see the backflip here. We're 1 for 1 so far, Joe, so write that down in the books just in case. But losing the hood there, nothing wrong with that, and he was able to continue, had to back up there. But again, the judges aren't going to, really dock him points for that one. And then right here, I think it's 2 weeks in a row to end out your run in a pretty crazy way.
Yeah, for sure. Last week, unfortunately, it was within the first 15 seconds. This one was after the 90 seconds were complete. It almost came back on all fours, which would have been cool for the fans to see. However, it ends up on its lid, obviously not in control of the pedals at that point. It's a 20.5 to kick off freestyle for the Oil Crusader and Dirty Boyd, so a good way to kick us off here in freestyle in Tampa. Next out, though, we have another run that ended early out in Atlanta, Georgia. It is Stone Crusher and Cody Ayers flying around looking for his first hit. It's going to be off of the single jump next to the jammer. Nice air there, lands it nicely on that little tabletop section.
That makes you wonder if anyone might try to clear that single jump onto the tabletop there. As you can see, it's possible, but you got to get a little bit more speed. Next time he's going to go over that pod right there. Nice air off that. He's going to be looking around. Might be going for the tabletop or the MX hill. He's going to choose the tabletop.
And he was definitely disappointed after last week in Atlanta. That was some nice air there and a nice landing. But he had such a solid and consistent season before Atlanta. It dropped it down a little bit in the points. We're looking to get back. A huge sky wheelie off of the pod right there. Lands it nicely. Goes towards the backflip ramp, but kind of uses it as a cross-thread angle.
I mean, if it works, it works. I don't think he wanted to risk a backflip this early into his run, especially, just in case with that tire one. We've seen before in other events that, it could really help you or hurt you.
Yeah, that was a hard landing, Trey, as you were mentioning, right on that side there, and he's still going on, though. 30 seconds left. He's getting all sorts of crazy now. Cross-throw and obstacles going over forwards in the gas hard, flipping all around, but cartwheels back on all fours.
What a save that was. I didn't think he was going to be able to pull out of it, especially with how fast he was coming up to the wall. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
He's in the gas hard. Oh, my gosh.
He saved it.
I think the pod kind of helped him there. I think if he's going to throw it in reverse, why not? He's done everything else. Is it going
to save it again?
No.
No.
Well, no, he's not going to. The clock does hit 0, though, so he ends out the 90 seconds trade. That was a brilliant run to back up his disappointment in Atlanta.
I mean, I think right here, I didn't think he was going to save it with how fast he was coming up on this corner right here. I mean, I guess he had quite a bit more room than I thought he did, but still, I mean, he was flying right towards that.
Yeah, he was, and fortunately for him, it just bounced all in the right ways to come back on all fours. But right here, the next hit, he went off. It looks like he hit the back of the MX hill. Now he's hard in the gas. I don't think he ever lifted here until he maybe hit the pod right here.
That might have been one of the longest saves we've had all season so far, Joe.
And he was on his roof for all of it. My gosh, that was insane. Then right here, instead of going over the single jump backwards, he decides to then throw it in reverse and go over this in a different way backwards. And it almost ends up with another save as he goes over the race lane. Right here, it almost gripped to where it came back onto the wheels, but it ends up on its lid. The clock ticks down to all zeros, and this should definitely, in my opinion, take the lead from Oil Crusader, and it will trade. That is a big score for just the second truck out. A 25 for Cody Anderson and Stone Crusher. A massive, massive way to kick off freestyle here in Tampa so far. What can Jonathan be for doing Blackstown to try and beat that?
I mean, you're the third truck out with Black Stallion here, and the second run of the evening just scored a 25, Joe. That's interesting to see, isn't it?
Yeah, you only have 5 points to work with for 13 more trucks trade. That is an insane amount, but we'll see what Beaver can do. He's had such a disappointing season. I don't think, Trey, in the first 3 events, he's filled the full 90 seconds in any of them. So he's looking to first do that, but also go big throughout it because he's down at the bottom of the points.
Well, no better time to change it than right now, is it? But we'll have to see if he's going to be able to step up to the plate. As you said, fill in the 90 seconds. It might sound easy to some, but considering you're out here trying to make the most out of your run and make it very exciting, it's honestly one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, especially after what he just saw. Stone Crusher thrown into some donuts. Actually, looks like he hit the dumpster down there, so he's going to cancel out those donuts and go for his next hit.
All right, the dumpster's there for a reason. It can take a little bit of a beating. It's not going to hurt the truck too much.
Yeah, we hope, unless he hits it really hard.
That's true.
Down by us to do the donuts trick.
Well, I think he knows we're here, so he wants to appreciate us. Watch out for that other wall there, though. But moved it. We'll see here. He's going to go for that little jammer there. Nice kind of a sky wheelie got out of that. It's going to combo straight up. Well, might as well put it into a wheelie right after that, huh?
Yeah, that was a cool move over the top of the MX. So now he's going to turn it around a complete 180 and go at maybe the MX hill another way. He's going to cross thread. Huge air there. Lands hard. The wheel is snapped off. Is it going to come back onto the 3 tires? It will. He still has 10 seconds left. He's going to keep going.
Well, Joe, no better time to do some more cyclones than missing a wheel here. Pretty much the only thing you can do. Upside down again and ending out the clock. Look at the smoke pouring out of the exhaust.
Yeah, that truck definitely took a beating throughout the run, hitting the wall a time or two, and then obviously breaking off that wheel, and it was definitely under some stress all throughout the run. Let's take a look at how this wheel broke off. Nice air over the MX hill, but I don't think he's able to clear it enough as he comes down the tire. Oh, yeah, right there. Catches the MX hill and just sends him over onto that wheel that snaps off. That is a violent impact, Trey.
It's a very hard impact, but I mean, it's going to count as a save, so that helps him, but also kind of hurts the bill a little bit there. That's a lot of money to put back into that truck.
It is a lot of money to put back into that Black Stallion truck for a few more events for Jonathan Buford. He ends out the 90 seconds, but definitely the last 10, not what he won out of them because he only had 3 wheels. And it's going to be an 18 for Jonathan Buford. So while he did fill out the first, or the full 90 seconds for the first time, obviously disappointing way to end the run for sure. Next up, we have Iron Outlaw and Bronson Minnick. And Trey, last week, all 3 of these team trucks went out all in a row. Well, he's going to go out immediately before his teammate Roberto Crown Jr. However, their other teammates towards the rear of the field.
Well, we'll have to see if he can one-up his teammates this time or not. Nice slap for a second hit of the run. He's going to carry the entire way across the arena, Joe. Look at that.
That truck has some power in it, Trey. You could tell right there. It drug the whole back of that tailgate. And he's still going on. Going to get some nice air there over the pod. Kind of a little bit of a slap. And oh my gosh, he's onto 2 wheels, but I don't know how he saved that.
Dang, that was a weird angle to hit that barrier at.
Yeah, and oh my God, that's a nice air over the pod there. So he obviously knows that that was a little bit of a lull in his run, and now he's trying to pick it up in this Iron Outlaw truck as he's turned around here, nearing the final 30 seconds. Definitely needs something big as what we saw with Stone Crusher. A nice skywheeler there, lands it down hard in the rear, but keeps on going. But he needs something marvelous in this run to even challenge with Cody Ayers, who had a few good moments in his run.
Definitely going to need either a big save, maybe a backflip. We've only seen one truck do a backflip so far, so that could always, help your score out a little bit, especially since the judges haven't seen it much, or, just something that we haven't seen yet to even attempt to take the lead. Here maybe.
Nice save. That was a nice save, but time is running out. It goes to 0 before he gets to the backflip ramp, and he may have just stuffed it in knowing the time was running out, trying to get there in time, but ends up on its roof. And for Bronson Minnick, definitely not the run he wanted in the Iron Outlaw truck. Had a few good saves throughout it, but otherwise he definitely wanted a lot more from this run.
Yeah, definitely not his strongest run, but I mean, overall it was a pretty solid run right here. Nice little save as well, going perfectly around the single jump there, so maybe he knows they're not a good news, so he wanted to avoid that. Yeah, and then he put it down to the barrier, and then right there just stuffed it into the backflip ramp and ended up on its lid. That was as the time was hitting 0, though, so he knew he was running out of time, had to get there fast if he wanted to get in. Still didn't get in anyway, so it's going to be an 18-5. So that's 3rd of the 4 trucks that have gone out so far in freestyle. Well, we'll see what his teammate Roberto Crown Jr. and the Scarlet Bandit can do for his freestyle run. And looks like he's going at the back of the racing lane slow and looking for a sky wheelie to start off. Starting to run out with a nice sky wheel there, especially off the back of the racing lane. He's going to turn it around here. We'll see what's going to go for next. The other back of the racing lane is going to do the same thing. Yeah. The sky wheelie, Joe.
I think that was even better of a sky wheelie than the first one. So looks like he's taking it easy to kick off, but it looks like maybe he'll ramp it up as the run goes on. Going to try and clear the pod. Doesn't quite. I think there was some smoke coming out of that truck.
Yeah, that's I don't know if that's something to be worried about or not. It might have been just a little bit of a oil leak there, and now it's all good. Or we'll have to see if it's going to progress throughout the run or not.
As Roberto Crown Jr. looks for his next hit, it's going to be off the pod again. Nice air. Watch out for the single jump, though. Onto 2. Will it come back onto all 4 sidewalls? And he saves it.
Almost, Joe. It was almost our first victim to the single jump.
Are one of those limit straps hanging off, Trey? I think one of the limit straps are hanging off the front of the truck. That yellow strap meant to kind of ease travel on the truck. Nice sky wheelie, though, and Obviously, they haven't shut him down because of it, but he's still going wheelie across the pod, but it's upside down, and he's trying to save this one, but it won't save for Roberto Crown Jr. and Scarlet Bandits. Obviously, the truck at some point broke and tried to make the most of it, but he ends up on its lid tray.
Almost pulled that save out too, Joe, but I don't know if you noticed when he hit the back of that truck there, some more smoke came out, so it might have been a major problem. But right here, the single jump, I'm telling you what, it messed him up there. This might have been where...
Look it.
Oh, right there.
Snapped right off. I don't think I've ever seen that. They normally build those, they're obviously very strong, but obviously there was something wrong with that one. It could have just been worn down from prior events even.
That could be it too. Watch right here. As soon as he hits back there, look at all the smoke just coming straight out. And again, he almost had a very nice save right here, but he just couldn't pull it around.
And unfortunately, there was time left on the clock. It was a little under 20 seconds, so that will definitely not help the score. Almost had that one saved, but obviously there was something wrong with that truck, both with the limit strap and then even in the engine. It's going to be a 15. That will be right now last place for Roberto Crown Jr. Not what he wanted in the Scarlet Band truck for sure, and that's going to put him in a hole in terms of points entering the final event. Well, next up we have Zack Delo, and Predator has been very solid and consistent this season. He's going to start off in nice sky wheelie there. I mean, that was amazing. I think he tore the tailgate off, but he's still going on.
The thing was about to end up on its roof this early, Joe. He almost had that thing completely upside down, but he was able to pull it back down. Some nice air over the tabletop there. He's going to combo it up straight into the back of the single. Yes, he is. Nicely done there. He's going to turn it around here.
Yeah, it looks like he got around before he hit that wall, going for the next obstacle over the pod. Some nice air over that one. Doesn't quite clear, but it pulls into a little bit of a wheelie and combos that wheelie up into the back of the jammer. Single jump kind of combination there. So far, some nice moves in this run for Zack Delo. Definitely taking it a little bit easier, but doing some nice moves throughout as he cross threads and kind of one wheel up the MX hill there. That was an interesting move.
One of the strangest things I think I've ever seen one of these trucks do. That was definitely unique in its own right there. I don't know if you'd call that a wheelie or a cross thread, a combo. I don't know what you would call that exactly, if I'm being honest.
It's called all those things combined. I think that's what Delo did. He found some way to combine them all. More nice air there towards the MX, so combos it up immediately. So this run has had some very solid momentum, Trey, and if he can keep this momentum going and build on it, he could try and challenge for a top 3, even the win if he keeps this up. Nice backflip there for Delo and the Predator truck, and now the final 10 seconds. How can he end this run out?
Nice air is going to go right into the pod section. The truck held together with 4 seconds remaining, though. I don't think he's going to have enough time to do anything else.
Oh, he had time to do that. Oh, the whole 4-link bar just shatters off there. That truck obviously not going to run anymore. I think that move will count because it came at zeros, so that move should count, but that's definitely going to hurt Delo.
I want to know what's with this backflip ramp and just tearing off the hoods of the trucks.
Yeah, I don't know. They're like catching the container or something. But right here, Trey, look at this. Oh, my gosh. And look at the 4-link bar right there just dangling.
Is that a sky wheelie or is that a 180? What is that?
That's something. It does count for the judges. So that should – look at that, though. That is just scraping there on the ground, and that's going to move him into second place, a 22.5 for Zack Delo in the Predator. So right now, second place, that will be some good points if he can try and stay up towards the front. But next out, we all know Gravedigger and Justin Zaidel. He's going to go big from the get-go, and here he goes to the back of the MX hill.
Starts off his runoff with a huge sky wheelie there and lands it on the other side. Very nicely done. Now, you know, last week we saw his teammate Eli Bright there go absolutely insane. Do you think any of the other Gravedigger drivers are going to try to one-up him?
Well, we'll have to see. Zaidel definitely is the competitive type, so I think for sure that he's going to try. And he's flying. He's carrying some huge momentum from this floor train. I mean, he's like rarely let off the gas.
Surprise you though?
No, this is a Gravedigger driver.
Yeah, exactly.
We have now about 2 seasons of kind of looking at his runs and knowing how he goes. Another huge sky wheelie over the pod, lands it down nicely, pulls into a wheelie towards the single jump, upside down, barrel rolls back on all 4 wheels.
That was amazing, and again, the hood came off of the truck, but you can just see a little better with that now. What a save that was. Look at the air.
Cleared the single jump. Look at him turn it around on the dime.
He planned that. Of course he planned that. There's no way he didn't.
Oh my gosh, more huge air as he cross-starts the MX hill down towards the final 20 seconds. This could be a run to contend with Cody Ayers in the Stone Crusher if he can fill it out.
We'll have to see what else he can do. He's going to go for the backflip. Oh, just stuffed it in there. Is he going to be able to come back around with it, though?
I don't think so. It looks like maybe the front tie rod's broken. About 10 seconds left. With so little time on the clock, won't be that big of a deduction in points, and Trey wasn't enough to beat Stone Crusher.
I don't think it was, Joe. I mean, if he would have filled out the clock, it definitely would have been competing up there with him, but he had 10 seconds left, so judges are going to dock him pretty big points for that. I don't think it's going to contend for the lead.
That was a nice barrel there, but watch this right here, the backflip. The rear tires never even touched it. That's how hard he stuffed the front into it, and how hard he stuffed the front into it, even though the rear tires didn't touch it. Almost came all the way around, even without the rear tires touching. So that was a huge impact. It will be enough for a second, Trey. A 23.5 for Gravedigger and Justin Zack Delo. Once again, good points, and he could definitely lock his way in early to the World Finals if some other runs don't go quite the way that they want to. So next up, we have Overboard and Will Graymont looking for a good point stay here in Tampa to try and get some points to get towards the cutoff in 9th place. And we start with maybe a slap wheel here over the Jammer. Yes, he is. And that thing's dangling onto one wheel and then the other.
Little pogo wheelie, I guess you can call it there. Oh, almost got crossed up there again, Joe. Almost got it.
Almost, but I think it maybe helped him turn around. It's going to go to the racing lane, full around to that. Nice air. They built those racing lanes up well after racing to really get some more air and length out of them.
Yeah, could you imagine these type of racing lanes in an actual racing environment? Those trucks would be absolutely flying.
I don't think they'd be able to make the next corner, Trey. I think they'd be into the wall by the time they did that. Nice air there over the pod, down into the nose and back onto the rear tires, and a combo move up into the Jammer. So for Will Graham and Overboard, this has been a solid start to the run so far. Now he's into the final half, needs to pick it up though, and needs those crazy moves to contend with Stone Crusher. Because we saw with Zack Delo, he was still about a 1.5 short.
Yeah, we'll have to see what else he can do with about 30 seconds remaining here. Definitely needs a very big factor in his run here. Going to land really awkward on the side of the truck there. He's going to combo straight up.
Oh my gosh!
My goodness!
Oh! And it can't come back around, and about 20 seconds left. Definitely a crazy way to end out his run in this Overboard truck, but unfortunately, it didn't come back over, and I don't even know how that happened.
See what happened here. It looks like he almost had a backflip, Joe. Did he break?
Yeah.
He broke.
I mean, I would be shocked. If that happened to me, I wouldn't even know that was happening. Normally going there expecting a sky wheel, and he almost came out with a backflip. It's going to be a 17 as he didn't fill the clock, but did have some moves throughout. So that solidly, but it's going to be down towards the bottom for sure because I think right now that's second to last of the trucks I've got. But next up, we have Hooked and Alexander Rowe also looking for points. Let's see what he can do here in Tampa to start the 9 seconds with a little bit of an interesting move over the pod there. I don't think anyone's hit it that way.
So yeah, but he also landed the truck really weirdly on the other side. It landed it pretty much right on the chassis, so we'll have to hope everything's okay with that for his first hit.
Nice.
That was a nice move right there. Landed it perfectly on the other side and put it straight into a slap wheelie. That was excellent.
20 seconds in for Hooked and Alexander Rowe, going off the little obstacle next to the MX hill, noses it down and gets a little bit of a wheelie out of it, and actually carried more of a wheelie out than I thought he was going to. Put it down before he got to the barriers down there. Now he's turning around towards the pod and gonna get some nice air in that hook truck over the pod and clears it with ease.
Nicely done so far. He's had some great moments to build up some momentum here. The real question is that is he going to have enough by the end of the run here to contend with the leader here and maybe pass him up?
He's getting a little bit in trouble there, but he just gassed it towards the pod and hope for the best, and he made it work out. So that was a cool little move there, and that was very gutsy move for Hooked and Alexander Rowe, but needs to pick it up. Final 30 seconds. He needs something big in this run.
Nice air over top of that pod section. You're going to land it back down. Going to combo it. Oh my goodness, what was that? Is it going to come back around? It does, but that was a amazingly hard landing on that roof.
Yeah, and they have not shut down. The truck is still going. I think he is just maybe dazed, and he's trying to find something to do to end out the run, but obviously I don't think he wants to take any more hard hits like that.
I don't think he does either, Joe. With 5 seconds remaining, though, he's going to go back towards the backflip ramp, and then a wheelie, I guess it would be, but I think he thought about that again before he hit that at full speed.
Yeah, he was definitely dazed after it. Let's go see how hard he hit on the cab right here. So he's kind of turned into it. Definitely not going to get the full rotation that way. He was just hoping for something cool, but watch this hit. Oh.
So hard the hood broke off.
Yeah, that was an insanely hard hit. Basically right on the kind of the corner of that ramp. And obviously he sat there for a little bit. It's going to be a 17-5. Obviously that lull at the end hurting his score, but there's nothing much he could really do. He was definitely not feeling good after that hit. Well, Trey, I think this man's a little bit angry. Keegan Thompson, Northern Nightmare, won 2 events last season in the East Division, won the championship, but has not won this season. Actually, down at the cutoff for the World Finals, Trey. He wants to go big here.
Definitely does, and no better way to start it off than leaping the truck. I bet you if he would have been allowed, he would have went full speed out of that little truck tunnel there, but I don't think the officials are going to take too kindly to that. So he did the best he can. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh, that has to hurt, but
how did the truck stay together?
I don't know how the truck stayed together. It hurts both the truck and the driver. Keegan's going to drive through the pain, and the truck somehow absorbed it well. They definitely built this truck tough for Keegan Thompson because they know he's going to go big, because I don't think they want a world championship caliber driver in the last chance event at Atlanta.
Yeah, or, even if he does make it to the last chance, not make it into the World Finals at all to even, try to defend it.
Is that going to be his run short? He's still in the gas.
What a save!
I don't know how he did that. He was on his lid for about 5 seconds there.
You want to talk about patience, Joe? I think that was anything but, not being patient. That was amazingly done. Oh, what a backflip, and he did it again.
And kicked the hood off, so he could see a little better. Yeah, he's going crazy now. He's saying, I need to try and beat Cody Ayers because I want my first event win of the season.
Oh, he's up on 2 wheels again. He's got to be careful, though. If he picks it up, Joe, he's got 20 seconds remaining still. If he doesn't do it, that could definitely kill his run. Look at the air!
Oh, that might be the biggest launch we've seen off that ramp so far here tonight. Final 10 seconds. What can he do to end up this run? It's been amazing so far, but needs something big as well. He's going to hit the single jump, get into a bicycle, save it. Something's broken on the front. He fills out the time. He's still on the gas, not lifting. Turns and will flip over and hit the wall.
Well, I think it took him long enough to try to flip the truck over, and he finally did it. It had to take a broken truck, no time left, and a wall.
Well, there's definitely a lot of highlights to look at from this run, but Trey, is that going to be enough to beat the 25 set by Cody Ayers?
I don't even want to answer that question, Joe, because honestly, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm there with you. I plead the fifth.
Look how long this took to save it.
There it is.
Finally.
Oh my gosh, he was looking at dirt for about 5 seconds there.
Yeah, I'm surprised the windshield's not covered in mud.
And then right here, backflip, the hood comes off and lands it down pretty hard, but the truck absorbs it well for about the 15th time at that point in the run, and then had some more. He broke off the wheel after doing a bicycle, or he broke part of the wheel. It didn't come off, but something was broken on the wheels. He did a bicycle, and they flipped over into the wall. We'll see what the scores are. 25 Cody Anderson is the score to beat. Is it enough? No, it's half a point short in the judges' eyes. A 24-5 second place currently, but there's still 5 talented drivers to go out, including this man, Tor Loco and Jay Rando. Missed out on the World Finals last season, Trey, but he's been on fire this season. No pun intended.
Joe, I think there was a little bit of pun intended there. Come on now. But, no, definitely. He's had the runs. He doesn't have the luck, I guess, but just considering what we saw out of Keegan in the last run, it's going to make these drivers wonder what it's going to take to beat Stone Crusher with a 25.
Already, Jay Rando was hitting obstacles at unique ways. He flew out into the course, almost hit the walls. He was turning away, and now he's going to go over the MX hill at an angle, and he landed perfectly on the pod. I don't think he could have done that better if maybe he did try, but I think there's a little bit of hope and pray there.
I think if you always ask a driver about their moves, they're going to go, yeah, they planned that out. I don't think they're ever going to say that was my luck.
Nice wheelie there as he takes it towards the single jump.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Can he save this one? He's only halfway through the run, still in the gas, trying to save it towards the back, but ramp it towards the wall. They shut him down, obviously, as he gets into the wall. And Trey, 40 seconds left. It was starting out so good for Jay Rando, but it ends up in disaster.
Well, I guess I can take the blame for that one, saying that he's had the runs, he just hasn't had the luck, and this definitely was not one of those runs.
Yeah, he didn't have the run or the luck here today in Tampa, as unfortunately it flips over. He tried to save it so hard right here. Look at this. He's in the gas, but the walls come up. They're going to shut him down, and just no way to save it right there. He's actually going to impact the wall as well in this Tor Loco truck, and it's going to be one of the lowest scores. It's a 12. He's only about halfway through the run. That is right now lowest of the trucks that have gone out. So for Jay Randall, this might put him in a bad position heading into the final event of the East Division. But next out, Tony Silver in Overkill Evolution, trying to rebound here and see what he can do in Tampa. 90 seconds starts off with a nice move over the pod.
nicely way to start out your run. He's going to I wouldn't say combo it up. He's going to put into a little bit of a sky wheelie there. Almost went to his side. That was a weird little bounce it took after that, but he was able to bring it back down.
That was a little bit of a weird rebound for this Overkill truck. Getting some more nice air off the pod. Once again, clears as he drops down and turns around here, looking for his next move. Looks like he's taking a little bit easier here, Trey. Gonna maybe build up that momentum as he goes on.
Nothing wrong with that at all. We kind of saw Keegan do that.
Oh, no!
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That works! Watch out!
Flip.
Oh, yep. He stopped it before the wall. That was a great move for Cody Silver and Overkill Evolution. Still has half the run left, but that was a really long reverse time there.
That's definitely going to hurt his score a little bit there, and we'll have to see if he's going to be able to make up for it all. You can see him controlling the truck midair by tapping the brakes there, pointing the nose down. Very nicely done by him, but we'll have to see, like we said, if that backing up hurts him any.
He's going to cross thread over the racing
no.
lane, all out of control. What is that? Is it going to come back is the question. No. That would have been so amazing if that came back on all fours.
He might be a little dizzy right now, so I don't even think he attempted to save it, Joe.
Yeah, I don't think he knows where he is at the moment. But let's look at this front flip first. He just kind of wheelied it into that ramp, and he maybe tried for some sort of endo stoppy move and just turned into a front flip instead.
And I think he might have just kissed the wall there at the end, too. But I want to see this. Yep, just kissed it. Just little kiss. But I want to see what ended out his run here. I want to see how fast this truck spun around.
Yeah, this is in half speed, mind you. Oh my gosh.
Oh my word. That's a helicopter.
That's like some blender move if I've ever seen one in a monster truck. And obviously run over early with about 20 seconds left, but even with that, still an 18, that's about mid-pack. So that just shows that it was a good run. If he filled out the clock, he would have been pretty high up in the scoring. But next out, this man has scored the most points this season, a near-perfect season for Martian World Monster Energy. Can he try and continue that momentum and lock up to the World Finals one event early?
To see if he can possibly do that or even take the win away here from, our leader since, the second run of the evening?
Yep, second run out. Cody Ayers and Stonecrusher still has the lead. No one's, I guess Keegan challenged him, but other than that, no one's come close.
We'll have to see if a monster...
Nice. Wait.
Oh, no! Is he still saving it? Wow.
Trey, I think in just this, we've seen more long saves than ever before.
We had an O counter there. I think I said it just about 10 times right there, trying to figure out if he was going to save this truck or not.
And he's still going big. Look at that wheelie there, and it shears off the whole side of the truck, but I don't think he cares. He's still going on just fine.
Look right now and see how his motor's doing and everything else, so that's all right with him. Look at the air off of that. That was a very strange bounce right there. Turned him perfectly into the pod section, though.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, the wheel's still with him. He's kicking it around, and he finally gets it off, but 20 seconds left, Trey, and only on 3 wheels. It's going to be hard to compete.
Got 3 wheels. He's broken some sort of hydraulic or sway bar in the back there. He's just going to put it into some cyclones. It's definitely not what he wanted to do.
Yeah, no, this is not what he wanted to end the run on for sure. Maybe on all 4 wheels he would have liked to end the run like this, but he's still going on, Trey. These are, I don't know if I've ever seen cyclones this long.
I mean, it's pretty much the only thing. Look at this engine just starting to overheat from this.
He's still going. Is he ever going to stop? Yep, there he goes.
There's wall,
maybe the engine stopped him.
That could have been
Look at the smoke coming out.
Look how broken the back of the truck is. Look at the tire.
Yeah, there was a lot wrong with that truck. But here's that save that confused both of us. So he saved it there, and then he kind of grinded on 2 wheels on top of the ramp, onto the nose, onto another wheel, into the gas,
to the other side,
onto the back wheel, and then back on all 4s. It's as simple as that, Trey.
I think he used every single tire in that entire save right there.
I do think that's accurate. And then right here, unfortunately, he wished he had more than 3 tires for the end of this run. There's the wheel coming off, somehow getting up onto the other rear wheel. I don't know how that happened, but for Marshmallow, he's able to luckily get that wheel off of the other wheel and drive away on 3. And obviously there is some kudos to give for ending out the run after breaking off wheel with about 20 seconds left, but it's not the ending he wanted. It's a 19.5 for the Monster Energy trucks. That's going to put him about mid-pack. But now, Trey, still Stonecrusher leading, but only 2 trucks to try and knock him off. What can Jordan Stout and Bounty Hunter do?
I guess you could say Bounty Hunter searching for a bounty to get this win here. We'll have to see if he can make it successful.
He's going to start with a nice wheelie to start out. Onto 2 wheels a little bit towards the pod, but corrects it down onto all fours. So starting out in a decent way for the bounty hunter truck. Going to go off the race lane with some nice air there. But looks like he's taking a little bit solidly consistent to start off the run, and then definitely going to build it up as the run continues.
Again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You might as well play it safe than sorry here. You can so easily, get the win here. You got 5 points to play with. It's just that whenever that time hits where you got to start going crazy, you have to make sure you go crazy. Oh, nice little save.
Yeah, he didn't have to back up there, so that's also going to help him there. So he's now going to cross-start the racing lane. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I didn't think he could cross-start the racing. I didn't think it was wide enough, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, George Stout is proving us both wrong. Now he's going to cross-start the MX hill.
Oh, that was almost like a bunny hop on top of it, so that was very strange to see. He's going to bring it around, though. He's going to go for the backflip pretty, I would say, earlier in the run than most drivers would. It's going to maybe work out in his favor.
It does. And Trey, the hood's not off.
That's the first truck we've seen without the hood falling off after hitting the backflip.
20 seconds left. Cross-start now off the MX hill into the pod. A nice wheelie over the pod, so he's had some cool moves, but needs something really, really big, Trey, in these final 10 seconds. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
I don't think he's in the right area or enough time. He's going to launch it off the side of it, though. Oh, stuffing it in.
What?
What? Oh, no.
Oh, save
no.
it. Oh, no. So that was a cool move to end out the run. I didn't think that was possible in a monster truck, but Jordan Stout just did it, but I just don't think that's going to be enough to beat the 25.
I definitely don't. It's going to be a solid run. It's easily top 5, in my opinion, at least. But taking the lead, I can't see it taking the lead, Joe.
Yeah, it was a cool backflip, back onto the back wheels. That was a cool move. And then obviously this last move we have to look at again because I'm a little shocked at what happened right here. Let's see it.
It was a tail whip. That's what it was, Joe. It was a tail whip. Right here, look at this. Kicked the back out perfectly.
That's amazing. In a
monster truck. I don't know how
truck.
He did it.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it, but he did it. So,
Things
that
tens
counts.
of thousands of pounds, and Jordan Stout was like, I'll just do that easily. And
I got a very easy rollover.
Yeah, very easy rollover. Not going to hurt the driver there. It's going to be a 21, so I think at the moment, Trey, that puts him into 5th place. So not a bad run for Jordan Stout and the bounty hunter for sure. But now, Cody Ayers only has one obstacle to go through. Unfortunately, it's Maxie and Matthew Burnett. Because remember what we did last week, Trey? It was insane.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Oh, well, he's definitely going to try to one-up it if we can tell off that first hit here. He was absolutely just airing that truck out. The real question is if the truck's going to be able to take the beating throughout this entire run if he keeps it up.
Well, Trey, no one's ever won 2 straight events in a division. Burnett's trying to become the first to do that if he wants to knock off Cody Ayers. If not, Cody Ayers wins from the second truck out, which I believe ties him with East last season in Caden Lemos for the earliest a guy went out and won it.
Well, he's got 5 points to do it, Joe, but in another case, he only has 5 points to do it, Joe.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough there.
Nice air there, nice sky wheelie right there in this red Max D truck. Went really big in Atlanta, looking to go just as big, if not bigger, here in Tampa. Getting some crazy moves as he's into the final half of the run, and definitely just staying on the gas and hoping that truck ends up back on all 4 wheels.
Surprised it hasn't even looked like it was going to tip over yet. I mean, this thing's been solid.
Oh my goodness!
Peaking too soon. Is he going to bring it back up with all 4s?
What? That's just like we did last week, Trey.
All right. How's the truck still running?
I don't know. Backflip time though, and he's the first one to complete a backflip off of that ramp.
He's going to put it into a wheelie. Is he going to? 10 seconds remaining.
He's a little stuck though. He's trying to get off, and is there enough time for another hit? Did that backflip just cost him maybe a shot at the win because those final few seconds really had nothing in it?
No, I don't think that last hit count there. This is just kind of for the fans. He's gonna put it upside down again. He's gonna put it back on the No.
Trey, I think all the body parts are over in that area because of 2 separate incidents.
I think this is the first time we've ever seen a truck lose completely everything on it, and as you said, they're both in the. I want to I just want to see this.
Yeah, let's just admire this for what it is.
Watch this hit.
And then
good thing that truck sloped, because if not, if this was like a box truck like Gravedigger or something, that would have hurt.
And I don't understand the physics behind that, but it came back down, and then he put that into a backflip. But right here, this move, if he does not end up taking the lead in the win, may cost him, because right here he puts into a wheelie, but where do you go from here? Do you put it in reverse? Do you gas it up over? What do you do here? He's kind of in a box right there.
You can't reverse it because the judges can see that you can, drive out of this one, so they might have docked points there. So, I mean, really the only thing he could have was just gas it and hope for the best, and it obviously did slow his final seconds down here. And then this right here, this is the move that ended up finishing the truck off, but sadly, it was only for the fans. It did not count since it was after the clock.
Yeah, that was not for the scoring. Almost came back on all fours, but didn't. But let's see what the scores are for Maxi. Matthew Burnett wasn't enough, and it's going to tie Keegan Thompson half a point short. You have to think that final move definitely hurt. That means from second out, Cody Ayers and Stonecrusher wins. Burnett beats the tiebreaker on Keegan Thompson. But what an event it was for Cody Anderson, Trey.
That was I was going to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen a truck win from second place, but Stonecrusher and Cody Anderson was able to hold off there. There's a couple of moments where I bet you he was pretty nervous, but he held it solid.
Yeah, definitely when Keegan went out and when Burnett went out, he was definitely shaking in that hot seat, but it ends up working out. But Trey, one event left until we get to the World Finals. Here are the points. As we mentioned, 24 or higher above gets them locked in. That means Burnett, Burrell, Anderson, and Zack Delo are all going to the World Finals officially. Stout is basically almost a lock. He's about 7 points from that. But it's a pretty big distance, Trey. 12 points separates the cut line. So Overboard, Hooked, Crusader, Iron Outlaw, Scarlet Band, Black Stallion, they have to go huge next event as we go back up to Foxborough for the final event in the East Division. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you guys out in Central and West.